this is a big thing now, this concept of longevity. But with regards to our specific field, I think we should probably zoom in on the concept of the longevity of the musculoskeletal system, right? I
Hmm.
don't know. We would need to explore. There's a lot of nutritional things that we can discuss. I've seen everything online from kale is bad for you, drinking water is bad for you, eating, what else they say? Blending your fruits apparently changes them so that they're not good for you anymore. Technically, you can go online and convince yourself to stop eating in its entirety at this point. But I think more specifically for our specialty, I want to talk a little bit about the physical longevity, like what is going to push your physical longevity into the future. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I think it probably starts off with, and we've talked about this many times, is the concept of entropy,
Hmm.
right? And if I had to do like a completely reductionist definition of entropy,
Hmm.
I would say it's where you have the same input, but you get diminishing returns on the result,
Okay, I'll take
right?
that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to add to that or change it, but
Well, I mean, like, maybe to add to, just for everyone knows what we're talking about entropy, which is the the normal decaying from organization to disorganization through time, or you can call it, Sir Arthur Eddington called it the arrow of time, and the idea that at time zero, when you have the creation of a living being, there's a certain amount of organization, and then in time, that system will deorganize, or undergo entropy, um, all the way till the person dies, kind of thing. So entropy is that normal gradual, we just kind of talked about it with my eyeballs, that normal gradual deterioration. And I guess longevity, if you want to be scientific about it, is even the idea of biohacking is the conscious effort to try to quell the speed of the entropy. Of course,
right, to slow down.
you can't stop
Yes.
the obviously the entropy, but you can quell it.
You can
Um,
speed it up for sure, which means you can slow it down,
Oh yeah, I
right?
mean, the vast majority of people are speeding it up, and that brings us to the point of this conversation with regards to physical longevity. I was just reading like, for example, in North America, worldwide, but specifically in North America, despite all of these amazing new technologies, and you know, we know this about nutrition now, and we know this about supplementation now, and we know this, exercise is good for you, and all of these recommendations, the rates of osteoarthritis are rising dramatically. And I thought it was particularly interesting in one study I was reading is that the rates of osteoarthritis are rising dramatically. And when they tell you what the reasons are, right, for the rates of osteoarthritis, there's the normal ones. Of course, we have an aging population, right? And that
Hmm.
obviously is going to lead to us. We also have, we're living longer, right? So of course that's also going to lead to but the one that I saw was the increases in physical activity leading to wear and tear, which I thought was amazing
Really?
just to read as a sentence, right? Because
Right.
I think this is where we want to get into. I've been talking about this a lot on the last couple of podcasts, but I think there's a general idea. Well, there's a general concept that exercise is good for you. And therefore, if you're doing exercise, that you're adding to your physical longevity, or that you're quelling or warding off preventable problems like degenerative osteoarthritis.
Hmm.
This general idea of what exercise is and the magic um, things it does, or what it does and what it doesn't do, is confusing to people. Like if you take a body and you get it to move around, yes, the movement itself, of course, is healthy for you in a systems kind of perspective. But there is a lot of physical movement and excessive physical movements where to the joints of the body, which is really what we're trying to preserve in terms of physical longevity, where exercising might be detrimental, if that makes sense.
Let's double click on that because I think there is a concept of wear and tear.
Mhm.
And so are you trying to say that beyond the need to keep the quality you have, you can exceed the stress that you're putting on that tissue can exceed the tissue's ability to recover? Or is
Yes,
it? Yes.
No, yes, but that's
Okay.
not what I was referring to. That's a good point. Now, what I was referring to is the fact that when you go out and exercise with the stuff that you have the way it is, right?
Hmm.
Get up in the morning. We talked about this before, and you can do your morning mobility flow routines and move around and do all of this kind of whatever. But the fact is that when you do things like that or general exercise patterns, you're moving within the boundary conditions of what your anatomy will allow.